Well, joining us via Zoom from Jos is security expert, conflict mediator, and peace advocate, Melvin Ejeh. Melvin, good morning. Thank you for joining us on the program.
Thank you for having me.
Unfortunately, we are witnessing another crisis in Mangu local government area, despite government's effort to bring about some relative peace in that particular council. I'm wondering why it's so difficult to achieve peace in that area.
It's actually very surprising that most of the peace workers, I think, we are actually very frustrated with this level of sentimentalism, desperation, and criminality in Mangu local government. It's actually very tiring.
Mr.
It's demoralizing. High time we come together to solve this problem. We must come together to solve this problem. The problem lies with the community. The problem lies with the people itself. Let me tell you something that you need to know. The problem of crisis in Mangu and other parts of Plateau State, 25% of it is military and security option, while the 75% is the political will and the community. The community must agree to solve its problem. The people must agree to solve its problem. But on the other hand, we have the issue of criminality. People who have vowed that Plateau State will not be peace. Despite effort of government, the governor, despite the effort of the government, the military task force in that local and other security areas, there are people who have vowed that Plateau State will not be peaceful. We really don't know what their motives are, but it's actually very disheartening. I'm actually very weak this morning. I'm actually very demoralized this morning because we've achieved peace in Mangu. Peace have returned. People are going back to their normal businesses. Nobody hoped for this kind of rubbish to happen in Mangu again. At the time peace have returned, at the time people have embraced each other, at the time confidence is being built in the community.
Observers say that this particular episode of crisis in Mangu was not even political in nature, neither was it related to farmer or herders, farmers and herders crisis, but between a native and a non-native. I wonder what your thoughts are about this particular violence and how you think it can be curbed, because there is a growing sentiment, so to speak. I use growing cautiously, that says non-natives have the right to live anywhere. This against the rights of indigents in their domains.
I think the Constitution is very clear about where one can live in Nigeria, but the Constitution also makes it very clear that in as much as you live in a particular terrain, you must live there peacefully, because where your rights stops, that's where the rights of another person starts from. We have to be mindful of this very fact. If anybody says it has nothing to do with sentiment and farmer settlement conflict or farmer settlement attack or banditry attack from intruders, Mangu, that person is not correct, because why this crisis escalated was because of the deep-rooted sentiment in the mind. There is no trust among each other. There is no confidence. What really happened shouldn't have resulted to this. We know what happened. A local was beaten to pulp by herders who were running cattle. He was going about his normal business on his bike and he was beaten. And all of a sudden, some criminals took laws into their hands and started attacking people again. Before you know it, if you beat somebody is involved. The reported to security agencies said, why security agencies were on top of the situation, they still went ahead and into attack community. So it's very sad. We have this deep-rooted sentiment and hatred for each other to the point that any little thing can trigger attack. So we must begin to build confidence. We must begin to actually learn to live together. We don't have a choice than to live together in Mangu and other parts of Plateau State. First of all, we must think about forgiveness. Secondly, we must drop all form of sentiment. We are all Nigerians and deserve the right to live. We have right to live. So the major issue for me is criminality and lack of forgiveness among each other. We don't trust each other. We don't trust ourselves. We therefore can't work together like that.
And that's why I'm